Hey, what's up? It's Dave here from the Matt and Dave Show, thanking you for listening and reminding you to like, share, and subscribe if you like what you hear. I think you will, but you know, I'm biased.
He's Dave. I'm Matt. And this is the Matt and Dave Show. Thank you so much for coming back.
What up?
Once again.
That was like with your whole body.
Yeah, I have to apologize because I might be a little cranky today.
Oh.
Yeah, might be more crankier than usual. I'm not usually cranky on the show. Sometimes I'm a little tired,
Yeah, you can
not cranky.
have moods.
I mean, I got moods when we talk about something that like really inspires and moves me. You know, I'm a passionate person.
You are a passionate person.
Yes, that's what I like when people.
That's things that I would offer this company. I am a passionate person.
Truth.
I am very driven.
Yes,
I'm a bit of an overachiever.
that sounds like the last interview I went on. No, but I might be a little snippy today because I started a diet today.
Oh,
I had to.
L'chaim.
Yes. You know, we used to just be like, the two like tubby dudes, and now we're like the tubby dude and the fat guy.
Wow.
So I gotta get back down to the tubby dude.
Yeah, no. I mean, Tubby's reasonable.
No, but I
Good
mean,
hugs.
No, that's fine. No,
yeah.
Look, I'm cool being tubby, but
Yeah,
the
Tubby's
fat thing
good.
I can't deal with.
Yeah.
And I to motivate myself, because I've done it before, but to motivate myself a little extra, I made a little wager with somebody.
Oh yes.
I made a wager with a friend of mine who is a Green Bay Packer fan.
The worst.
The worst of the worst.
The
of the
worst of the worst.
There's like Michael Jackson, and then like Green Bay
Wow.
Packers above
Wow.
that. I just make that joke because we were just talking about fighting Neverland at home.
Okay.
Yeah. So the after 30 days, whoever loses the most LB percentage,
Yes.
has to wear, the loser has to wear the other person's team gear for a day
Oh, nice.
and post pictures on social media.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good motivator
And
for
I
you.
cannot.
You can't
lose.
You can't lose.
So here I am with my lavender lemon
Oh.
tea with absolutely zero in it other than a tea bag.
Oh, wow.
That's it. No honey, no steep, no nothing.
Wow.
It's just I'm fucking going balls to the wall.
You are going fucking balls deep to not wear that cheese gear.
I will do anything. Like I will do any. I posted. I'm part of a Bears fan page, or like a group on Facebook. Bunch of people that are just super fans that don't know each other.
Yep.
And I posted I put a little post like, "Hey guys, need a little cheer me on as I do this." And everybody's like offer like all this free advice. I'm like, yeah, that's really cool. Like, thanks. That'd be helpful. But somebody, the last message I got this morning was, "Dude, you cannot lose. Schedule the liposuction now." And I was like, oh shit, I didn't think of that. That's a really good idea.
That is true, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So I don't know. We'll see. Come April 29th, maybe I'll be doing that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It really is pounds lost. Like, so if you get diabetes and lose a foot, like,
Yeah.
you're still going to be up.
Yeah, that's true.
It's dark, but it's true.
That's true. I don't think that's gonna happen in 30 days.
Yeah, I don't think so either. That would be very. Yeah.
But I mean, I've been to the doctor, and apparently I'm not pre-diabetic yet.
Well played.
I was worried.
Well played. Oh,
I
yeah.
was worried. And she just looked at my feet. She's like, no, your feet aren't swollen yet. You're good.
You're good. You're good.
That's exactly what she said to me.
No, you're good. You're good. You still got at least a couple months. You'll
On
be
a completely
fine.
unrelated note, I'm looking for a new doctor.
Yeah. I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
God, I would expect that kind of language from a mechanic that hated me.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Or a mechanic that knows that you're not going to pay the $500 for
Right.
whatever they suggest.
Yeah, you're
No,
good.
you're
Yeah,
good.
it's good. Yeah,
You're
sock
good.
on the
You're
antenna.
fine.
Who gives a
You're
shit? It's fine. Point A to point B. It'll be fine. You'll be fine.
That's right.
You'll be fine.
That's right.
So I watched some TV yesterday.
Wow. Shocker.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. So I partied a little this weekend. I partied a little hard on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went out and I partied a little hard on Saturday. So we're just gonna call Sunday.
We partied on Friday.
We did party on Friday.
I
yeah.
ended my party a lot sooner than you did.
Yeah, you did.
And I heard that you were out. Somebody
Yeah.
the next day said, "Oh yeah, we missed you, but we saw Dave."
Yeah.
Like, of course you saw Dave.
Of course you saw Dave.
Mhm.
They didn't stop till like 4:30.
That sounds about right.
Dave went.
Considering who I left you with. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so Sunday was a bit of a recovery day for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watched the end of Arrested Development.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I've really been motivated to.
It's good.
Is it good?
I liked it.
Did you like the first half?
I did.
Yeah, I mean, the first half was for me. It was all
Yeah.
right.
I mean, is it like the best Arrested Development I've ever seen in my entire life? Hands down, no.
Well, that was probably season 2.
Yeah. But it's good. I enjoyed it. I laughed. I
Okay.
found things very funny.
Were they all together?
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes.
I mean, it's hard because Portia de Rossi quit acting.
She did?
Yeah. So they had to call in all the favors in the world just to get her to do 5 episodes.
Oh.
Because she stopped acting completely.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Until I finished it and went through the trivia, and I was like, oh, that explains so much.
Yeah, because even the first half of this new season that was released a year ago, she appeared briefly in the very first episode.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And then you saw her the last 5 minutes in a limo or something like that.
Yeah,
and then she's a little bit more prominent in the trailers for this newest. What is it, like 5-8 episodes?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. So I figured she showed up in more in this season or half season. But yeah, I had no idea.
Not a lot. Yeah, I didn't know either until I did my research. But dude, I liked it. I mean, it was funny. It was I don't want to say the word suspenseful. I think that's probably a bit of a misnomer, but there's like a whodunit aspect to the whole thing, and there's some misdirection here and there.
Well, that's kind of what happens in all the other seasons.
I mean it's consistent.
There's a little bit what's going on, what happened. The whole first season you're trying to figure out if they actually sold weapons of mass destruction to the Iraqis. And,
right.
And then so yeah, they're okay. There's a little bit of that.
So so they do some flashback stuff.
Okay.
Which I'm always leery on flashback stuff.
Agreed.
Depending on, how the casting goes.
Uh-huh.
But they got one of my favorite kid actors, Thomas Barbuska. I just looked that up so I wouldn't shrivel it. The kid from the Mick. He's like he's the middle child from the Mick.
Oh yeah, I know you were a big fan of that show.
I am. And he plays a young Job. And he fucking nails young Job. Dude, I was very, very impressed. Like,
cool.
Everybody else was just kind of placeholdery, they're supposed to be their appropriate parts and they say the lines, but he did a little he got Will Arnett's nuances of tone of voice and everything. I really bought him as a young Job in a very, very funny way.
Right on.
So big ups, hat tips, and such to it, which I liked.
Do you think they'll do any more?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Do you want them to?
I mean, I'm always down. I think the show's funny.
Okay.
I even like the Rashomon edited season that everybody hates. I think the show is very, very funny.
I didn't like that one.
I
love the re-edited version of it.
I thought the re-edited version was funny too, but I really like the other one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm always down for one. It hasn't jumped the shark for me yet.
Okay. I mean, I think Bob Blah Blah was the jumping the shark for me.
Actually, I think Henry Winkler jumping the shark was the jumping the shark for a lot of people.
Well, that actually is where that came
I know.
From.
There was silence as the joke didn't land.
Yeah, I mean, I can't listen. I haven't seen the new season, the new episodes yet, but just based on what I've seen of the Netflix versions, I'd be okay with it if they're done.
If they were I think
they were done.
You could end it here, and it would be like,
well,
all right.
Well, you're telling me about Portia quitting, and then you got the Jeffrey Tambor drama.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Let's just leave it alone. Michael Cera doesn't really want to do it much anymore. He's not acting a whole lot these days.
He isn't. He really isn't.
Everybody's just like, Will Arnett is doing bad movie after bad movie and then voicing Batman. You should just do exclusively.
Should just do this forever.
Jason Bateman's got a couple other series going on.
Dude, if you had told me 15 years ago that Jason Bateman was going to blow the fuck up, I would have laughed you out of the goddamn room.
Probably 20 years ago.
20 years ago, that Jason Bateman was going to blow. But I mean,
Agreed.
Really blow up, though. That Jason Bateman.
Yeah. And it was because of Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that really is what did it.
Yeah. Just astounding to me. Absolutely, positively astounding to me.
Did you watch Game Night?
No, I didn't watch Game
It's
Night.
pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh man, that looked it
No,
looked
it was
bad.
one of those that looked like another awful Jason
Looked
Bateman
like
comedy.
Tag.
Which also looks kind of good. I don't know why you're pooping on Tag, man.
Tag didn't look that good.
It looked fine to me. Like, come on, man. Like adult men playing Tag. John Hamm. Fucking.
I agree. That movie looks like it's just trying too hard.
I could see that, and that's what I thought about. Like the
Same thing with Game Night.
That's
Like,
the same thing with Game Night.
yeah.
Like, it looks like it's trying too hard, and it wasn't trying. I mean, it didn't seem like it was trying too hard. It just existed and was funny.
okay.
I took it for what it was. Like,
Sure.
it was free.
I think if
I watched
have,
it for free,
right,
and I laughed.
I think if I had some distance between, like, knowing that it existed and then like seeing it, like I'd forgotten that movie was a thing, and I caught it like unaware, like, and it came through, I'd be like, all right, you know what I mean? But like, I got that prejudgment in my brain right now.
I mean, I understand. Listen, I completely get it. I completely get it. I'm not judging you.
Hey,
You
thanks.
can not like it, but I'm here to tell you that Game Night, at least, was fun.
It was a fun movie.
Like, listen, if you're going to come back here and tell me that Rampage was fun,
I will.
then I'm going to tell you that you'll probably, like, have a good time.
Have you
with
seen
Game Night.
Rampage yet?
I have not watched it
Did
yet.
you watch it? Ah, damn it.
I'll watch it. Oh,
I know.
Dude, it's the same thing. I've got so much fucking shit to watch.
Oh, I know.
I paid all my late fees at the library, so you know that I'm back on the library kick.
I know you back on that library tip.
I got Ralph Breaks the Internet at Home.
Oh, that's so good.
I gotta watch that.
Dude,
I
my
just picked up-
favorite fucking Alan Menken song to this day, Ralph Breaks the Internet,
All right, I'll watch it.
Chef's Kiss.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Menken Chef's Kiss.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it with you.
Makes up for all of Gallivant.
What? You don't like Gallivant? I thought you did.
You know what? So I liked Gallivant. I would have liked Gallivant a lot more had they done like 2 songs an episode. But there was points where you're like 4 or 5 songs, and it's clear he's
Oh,
just
yeah.
cranking the, you know.
Yeah.
They just all can't be winners, statistically speaking. Like, if your musical has 76 songs in it,
Right.
they're not all going to be the song.
You know, and I feel so bad saying this. You know who really did a good job of like managing the like story versus the music in the series?
Glee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did like what 2 or 3 songs like an episode.
Yeah, I would say
And it
that.
fit within the story. Like
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
it
Well,
also helps that they were songs that people knew.
yes, that is true. And like set within the premise of a reality that accepted it.
True.
Whereas, like, so it's weird. So Gallivant did that as well, but they just, you know, they set it in a musical reality where people just sang and it was
Right.
accepted, and that works. And like Smash split the line in the worst way. Like, it tried to make it sense for people to sing, and then when that wouldn't make sense, they would try to shoehorn it in the weirdest and dumbest fucking ways.
Mhm.
Like having one of the lead kingers do like literally just sitting in front of a PlayStation singing karaoke just so you could hear him sing.
Right.
And I was like, guys, it's done.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Just fucking stop.
Agreed. We should like get on schedule because we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight.
Well, then get on schedule.
The first thing I want to fucking talk to you about.
You're the adult here.
First thing I want to talk to you about is this bullshit you pulled on me posting our updates to the March Madness.
The bullshit?
Yeah, man. Bullshit. You're smoking something. I know you're on
It's
something.
about
And you know
time
what?
we disagree.
I'm not mad that you disagree with me. I'm mad that you're smoking something and you're not sharing it. Because, all right, so for those of you that aren't on our social media, when last we left you,
When last we left
we were in round 2
of our Marvel Madness.
Yeah, let me just break down the brackets for you.
Boom.
And I'm doing this from. I probably should just do this from my phone because that's where my pictures are. But I'm doing it from our Facebook page.
Got it.
All right, so we had Iron Man versus Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
Spider-Man: Homecoming versus Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yep.
Black Panther versus Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yep.
Thor: Ragnarok versus Doctor Strange. Now
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the West Coast.
Sure, whatever.
Right, West Coast was the right side. I
Yeah.
remember I made a joke. Okay, so we agree on the West Coast.
We did.
So first we got Black Panther versus Captain America: Winter Soldier, and this was tough.
This was one of the hardest ones that I did.
It really was, because like I can make a case for both of them right?
Easily. I went back and forth.
I did too
about it multiple times, like where I had switched it out in like Microsoft Paint. I'm like, no, I can't pick it. I can't pick it. Yeah. No, I cannot. And honestly, like, I am a fucking feather away from going either way with
really
it.
and you know, somebody when we posted it, I shared it to my page, my personal page, and there was some conversation there. And, you know, they're great arguments. You can make arguments for either movie, being a winner or being a loser. I ultimately went with just what Black Panther meant,
really,
and the fact that it it scored so many award nominations and recognition, and just people loved it so much. Plus, I loved the last line for Killmonger was probably my favorite line in any superhero movie. I mean, you know, aside from Michael Keaton saying "I'm Batman," or you know, where were the other drugs going?
Yeah,
you do it because you do better.
Where are the drugs?
I think we should do a whole completely different podcast where you read things.
Just in the
Batman, in the Christian Bale, Pete Davidson,
Pete Holmes.
I mean,
Pete Holmes, the bad man voice.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm talking about.
Anyway, but I thought he was a really great. The Killmonger villain, while he was kind of like a carbon copy of Black Panther, what he was trying to achieve was, I think, one of the more powerful things that any villain has ever tried to do through all of the superhero movies, all the MCU, and ultimately why I gave it to Black Panther.
See, I agree that, like, in the final execution, in the final moments of it, he's a carbon copy of Black Panther, but I don't feel that he's a carbon copy of Black Panther in the slightest. It isn't until, like, they battle in suits.
Right, and really the fact they're only wearing the suits because it's like armor.
Right, like,
and that's what the king wears.
I don't feel like they're similar at all until you're just like, oh, it's just two, like, people in cat outfits scratching the shit out of each other. You know, and I, like, you've heard me extol the virtues of Winter Soldier before. Like, I love that fucking movie. I think it did wonders just to show what a superhero movie could truly be. But at the same time, like, I think the story of Black Panther advanced Black Panther more than the story of Winter Soldier advanced the story of Captain America.
I don't know. I mean, you're probably right. If anything, the Winter Soldier is more about him in his past.
Yeah.
But it does advance the MCU forward.
It does.
And we talked about this last time.
Yeah.
Because of the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But that's one of the things, like, that was more, it's a service movie.
It really is
a
just
service
a gut call.
movie.
Like, I just went with my gut and I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Black Panther.
Like, I like big battles.
No, I'm with you. Yeah.
So, like, I got what I got out of that.
No,
like,
listen, for me, it was, there's a whole lot of, listen, I'm not going to spend any more time talking about it. It was tough. Ultimately came down to Black Panther.
Yep.
All right, so the next round was Ragnarok versus Doctor Strange. And listen, for me, it really wasn't that hard of a choice.
No.
Just because Doctor Strange made me sick, and and I mean, like, physically sick because of the 3D.
Yeah, the tripping balls.
And I just enjoyed Thor Ragnarok more. I enjoyed, like, that's a movie that I'll watch over and over again. Doctor Strange I'll watch when I'm watching the MCU movies.
Right, you know, like, just to catch up on something.
Or
like, yeah.
You know?
Or like when they make Doctor Strange 2, you're going to rewatch Doctor Strange 1 just to kind of remember what the fuck a Dormammu is.
Right, because, listen, I don't dislike Doctor Strange at all. I just liked Thor Ragnarok more.
Same. That was actually pretty much my line of thought on that one, too.
So going over to the East Coast now. So now we've got Black Panther going up against Thor Ragnarok. Now going back to the East Coast, we've got Spider-Man Homecoming versus Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And listen, I think Spider-Man Homecoming, the argument still stands. It's strong enough to carry it through. They just nailed the character.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was good. They just
wasn't great.
Wasn't great. And I thought Spider-Man Homecoming was pretty great.
I agreed.
So and we agree with that.
Yeah.
All right, then
So here's the bone of contention.
yes. Don't you wish your
Don't
your
you wish your
keyboard was
keyboard
plugged in?
was plugged right
All right,
in?
we have
Don't
Iron
you
Man
wish-
versus Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And
Yes.
I say that it's Iron Man all the way. Iron Man over Guardians of the Galaxy. Listen, Guardians of the Galaxy was a great flick. It was so much fun. But Iron Man was the birth of it all. Robert Downey Jr., I believe, just like that movie sets the tone for everything.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there you go. With Ironmonger is a good example of like, you know, really kind of a poor villain.
Yeah.
But I don't think the villain was the point of the movie, which was one of the things I enjoyed about that movie.
Yes.
You know?
The villain was more of just
kind of himself.
Yeah.
You know, him overcoming himself to become
Yes.
this better person.
Yes.
So
And
I
also
loved-
not be the better person because he's
Yeah.
just celebrating his own ego.
exactly. Listen,
Yeah.
I loved Guardians. I think an argument can be made that the Guardians of the Galaxy is the reason why the MCU is where it is now. I think that's why Thor Ragnarok exists, because
Mhm.
Guardians hit so hard. It was different. It was the first. Well, it was not the first team up movie, but it was the first team movie, like in space, the first cosmic
Yeah.
Marvel movie. You know, new things, just all these things that happen. Groot, Rocket, like
Right.
like a talking raccoon. You know, listen, we believed that a dude could fly. We believed that a super soldier could exist. A green monster can run around and smash things. But fucking talking trees and raccoons, like who thought?
Right.
Right? So great flick, but I gotta give it to Iron Man.
See, I think Iron Man is the easier out. I think yes, it started the whole MCU. Yes, it made all these inroads. Yes, but at the same time, like I'm not comparing what it did, I'm comparing it as a movie. And as far as movies go, Guardians of the Galaxy is a much more engaging, entertaining flick. And you could even argue that it had a higher hurdle to clear than Iron Man.
You could argue that.
I mean,
sure.
you put the guy from fucking Parks and Rec in with a talking raccoon and a giant animated tree and a wrestler. And that movie fucking crushed it.
and a Tromaville director.
Right.
No, you're right. Listen, you're not wrong. You aren't wrong. But I could make those same passionate arguments about Iron Man.
You could.
You know, like
they're just less.
Robert Downey Jr. was like the he was headed towards D-list celebrity, like has been. Like nobody ever wanted to hear from him again.
Sure.
All the alcoholism and the sex scandals,
And drugs,
all
yeah.
drugs and everything, and like. You know, didn't he break into somebody's house and like, you know, like all this stuff, being arrested, all these things, just going downward, and then really just kind of pulled the nose up on his life. Favreau coming in and directing for
Look, I mean, I'll give
the
Fabs
second time. I think it was
all
like
the
a second feature because he did
no.
Made.
He did Made. He did Zathura.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Oh,
Yeah.
My bad. So third feature.
I think it was his third feature. Yeah.
Very limited special effects.
Look,
You know,
I mean,
he tried, you know, as practical as he could.
I agree. But imagine, like, yes, you're right. But then imagine doing what I said, all the things I just said, plus 10 years of fucking expectation, or what it was like, was it 8 years at the time of expectation on top of it? Like, all of this had been established where you have fucking, like, now, like, you're Scarlett Johansson's, you know, Samuel L. Jackson, all these people, and you're just gonna throw these fucking bullshit guys together in a movie, and it's supposed to be set in fucking space? Like, it's gonna get compared to fucking Star Wars on top of every other fucking comic book movie out there?
To be fair, they kind of perpetuated that.
No, again, but you see what I'm saying? Like, there's some fucking solid hurdles that this movie cleared that I don't think Iron Man had to clear. And that is not me disrespecting Iron Man at all. That's just how I feel.
I don't think either of us are disagreeing with the other.
Yeah.
It's just I feel this way and you
I feel this
that way.
Yes.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
You're wrong, but that's fine.
Why start
No,
now?
you're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. It's just a preference at this point. So let's we're now in April. It is April 1st.
Yep.
Happy April Fool's Day.
Happy April Fool's Day.
We're not going to do an April Fool's joke in the show.
No, I don't. I didn't prepare
So let's
one.
go on. We know we just posted this, but let's go on and discuss the final.
You want to do the final four?
Yeah, let's do the final. Well, that was the final four. That was the final four.
I thought that was the Elite Eight.
No, that was the final. This was Iron Man, Spider-Man, or I'm sorry, Iron Man / Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Thor. That's 4. That's the final 4.
Right.
Now we're in the finals. The final 2. We're down to the championship game.
And then who don't they play each other after we're done?
Okay, right now, to recap for those of you at home and Dave,
Dude, your fucking sports shit is weird, man.
we've got Iron Man.
We just did 8.
Hold on. We just did 8.
We did 8.
We started with 8. We went down to 4. So now we've got Iron Man / Guardians of the Galaxy versus Spider-Man, and then on the other side we have we'll call that the East Coast Championship, and then the West Coast Championship is Black Panther versus Thor Ragnarok.
Yes. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
So now we're gonna name the champion from each conference.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go to the championship. We won't discuss that until next week.
Yeah.
But we'll post it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. So out of the West Coast, I've got so you got Thor Ragnarok versus Black Panther. I'm gonna give it to Black Panther.
Wow.
I'm gonna give it to Black Panther, just because I just think it's the stronger of the two movies. I think at this point, like now, when you put the two against each other, you know the silliness of Thor Ragnarok comes out, and it's entertaining, it's fun. But I'd rather watch Black Panther, and I just think it's a more interesting movie to watch. So I'm gonna give it to Black Panther.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay.
I almost want to give it to Thor Ragnarok, only because it exists as 2 good movies at the same time. Like, it's a good Hulk movie, and it's a good Thor movie.
I figured this was coming. I actually saw this coming because I know how much of a fan of Planet Hulk you are.
Yes.
And this is the Planet Hulk movie.
Yes.
Really, like, if they could have, it probably just would have been Planet Hulk and not Thor Ragnarok.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
So, I saw this coming, and listen, if that's how you want to place it, that's up to you.
I don't know, though. I don't know. Like, so, like, they all check off the same things, like, cool big fucking battles that I dig. Yes, check. Absolutely. I don't know. Strong, badass female characters. Check. Absolutely. I mean, I fucking love M'Baku too. That's my motherfucker right there. That dude's so good. God, what a cool, complicated character with a great arc.
Forrest Whitaker and Angela Bassett. Come on, man.
Oh, I do love Angela Bassett. I do really love Angela Bassett. Yeah, all right, Black Panther just because I love Angela Bassett.
There you go. All right, so Black Panther is in the final.
I fucking love Angela Bassett.
And then we're gonna have to. We're differ here.
Yeah.
We got Spider-Man versus, for me, Iron Man. For you, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it to Iron Man, and I'll tell you why.
Please.
Because the fault that I find with Spider-Man is Iron Man. I think
that is a healthy dose of irony right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Iron E, you say?
Yeah. There's too much Iron Man in Spider-Man, so the winner is clearly Iron Man.
Really, for me, that's the thing. Like, I think that movie, as fucking great as it was, as great as the character was, as great as the villain is, I have to give it to Iron Man. It's the godfather of it all. It's what kicked it off.
Wow.
And I think that when you say Iron Man, they had to use Iron Man, or they felt the need to use Iron Man to boost the excitement behind the Spider-Man movie.
Sure.
You have to give it to Iron Man.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's a little weird logic, but I can see how you get there. I can absolutely see how you get there.
Well, I mean, I have to start getting nitpicky because we're in this, we're in the semifinals.
But here's the thing. But for all the same reasons that you really liked Iron Man, shouldn't that technically, instead of removing that from it, shouldn't that add to the fact that you loved Spider-Man: Homecoming on top of it?
No, because
double that movie.
No, because they took the character, that movie that I loved, and pigeonholed it into Spider. I think that
I didn't feel that was pigeonholed.
So works for me without him in it.
I don't think that was pigeonholed.
Oh, I think so. I did
not feel
they
that
shoved
was
him in there.
No.
I think they shoved him in. That was the deal.
No.
That was Sony's whole reasoning for wanting to partner and let Marvel use Spider-Man so they could get their hands on they could have an Iron Man movie, or they could have Iron Man money in Spider-Man, because their Spider-Man franchise was sucking.
It was sucking.
And
Absolutely.
and for me, it was obvious, and I felt that you did not need it for this great film. That's just me.
Here's the thing. I don't think you needed it. I don't think the movie.
Didn't. You're right. You didn't, but they felt that they did, and it was very obvious.
See, and here's the thing, though. Like, even if you cut all of him out of the movie is still really, really, really good.
Absolutely.
But the fact that you have him in the movie as a supporting character and this overarching thing makes the movie better.
No, I disagree.
Better.
I disagree.
Like, it's not like he's fucking clunking up the whole movie. It's literally everything you like about Iron Man in a Spider-Man movie, making it better.
I would say that is, you could use that argument for Star Wars Episode 3 and saying, we're going to put Vader at the very end because everybody loves Vader. So that's going to make that a much better movie. And I would say that the Vader appearance at the end of Episode 3 makes that movie so much more worse.
Right. But if Vader was, written well by the people that have actually been doing it.
And then, of course, you put Vader in Rogue One.
Right.
And it's so much
and
better.
It is, exactly.
So there you go.
So there's an execution
it just
there.
Depends on the execution.
Yes.
And I feel that for me, the execution of Iron Man in Spider-Man just was not there. The character was great. Obviously, Robert Downey Jr. was great. Everything was great. I felt that it. I felt that it was there. It felt like it was there just for the sake of having Iron Man there. But the marketing behind it, the fact that he was on the poster, they even made a phony scene of them flying and swinging through New York City that didn't even exist. They did it solely for the purpose of marketing the movie.
Yes.
Because they wanted to put Iron Man next to Spider-Man. That's it. And listen,
you don't get to say that it's great and then ding it.
No, I have to because dude, we've just, for 2 rounds, we've sung the praises of these movies.
Yes.
And now we're getting to the point where we have to start really getting nitpicky. And that's my nitpickiness. That's all. That's it. That's all there is. You go.
Honestly, like, if you're going to nitpick the Spider-Man movie, nitpick the fact that what they shoehorned in the Spider-Man movie is the fucking Battle of New York. That's shoehorned in there. That you had to futz with the timeline a little. Like, everything else makes sense in that movie. The timeline and shoehorning in the timeline in order to make the tech work and everything, that's where you get the fucking wedged in there. Robert Downey Jr. fits in that movie fucking seamlessly and elevates it. You want to ding that movie, fucking ding that movie.
I completely disagree. I think the tech thing works. I think it...
Oh, the tech thing works, but how they had to put it in there, that's your actual shoehorn.
I disagree with that.
They put YouTube videos out about how they had to retcon the timeline in order to make that work.
Well, I'll have to watch those YouTube videos. Let's not spend more time on this. Why don't you talk about yours? I'm still standing behind my...
Your argument crumbles before you like the top of a...
No, it does not.
Like the top of the Washington Monument.
I 100% disagree with what you just said. But that's okay. You go.
So my options are Guardians of the Galaxy versus... That is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's absolutely Guardians of the Galaxy.
Why does it not surprise me that a movie about a band of misfits is going to be in the finals with you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Dude, and I love the fucking Spider-Man.
Guardian of the Galaxy.
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. They had a dance-off at the end of that movie. A fucking dance-off. Yeah. They elevated Kevin Bacon's name up to superhero status. Matthew Shield. Yeah, it's gonna get there. It's gonna get there for me. And that being said, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was not a victory lap on that one. Not that it was bad, just wasn't a victory lap.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, it's not just the Misfits thing for me. It's just the execution of that movie. That movie executes very, very well throughout the whole thing. Like, it hits the moments that it needs to hit. Like, even like you have your mid-level characters, you have your fucking Yondus and all that. Like, even that hits. All of it fucking hits super, super well. Honestly, if I had to nitpick and say something I didn't like about that movie, I would say the villain's a little, like, comic booky. Like
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, Ronan. Ronan's a little, like, he's bad. Like, it's just one of those things where he's bad. Like, I don't really feel his motivations. I don't follow his motivations. He's just there and he's bad.
Have you seen Captain Marvel yet?
Not yet.
Dude,
Oh, no, and I know that explains a lot because he is also in that.
it
It doesn't?
it doesn't, and I wondered if they changed his role in that movie a little bit.
Oh, really?
There was some reshoots or something because I don't have shit to do in that movie.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude,
poor
you gotta
Lee
see
Pace.
Captain Marvel before
I know.
fucking
I
Endgame
know,
comes
dude.
out.
I've been trying to get the fucking wife to see a movie.
She's not gonna go see it. Just go see it, man. Just fucking go. Because what's gonna happen is in 3 weeks, when we go see fucking Endgame, you're gonna be like,
I don't understand a lot of these
I don't understand what's going on.
Yep.
Why is she so like? Why are they like? Why are we excited that she's here? Because it's just fucking Brie Larson.
It's just pretty low. Short-term 12, man.
It's just fucking the
It's a girl from Community.
yeah. Like what? What?
She was in Community.
She was.
Yeah, she played Abed's girlfriend for a little while.
When?
Oh, late season Community.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. She was on Community. You didn't know that? Oh, it was a cool little arc. And like then she just goes away. I think because she started, filming like movies and shit like that. And then they bring her back.
Oh shit, she was. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yes. I forgot about her. I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Was that when I wonder if they? It's funny how many.
Well, it's the Russos.
Yeah. Did they direct any of her episodes? Oh, that's my question.
I believe they might have.
I'll have to look that up later. Oh shit. Well, there you go.
Yeah. Because like wasn't Dean Pelton was in
Iron Man.
No.
No, he was
Civil
in
War.
Civil War.
Civil War, yep.
Abed was in Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier, yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Cool.
There are more. I think there's another one.
Daniel Glover was in Spider-Man Homecoming.
That's right.
Yep.
Yep.
Played
It's like the community. It's like Community is part of the MCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Community and Scott Pilgrim are all part of the
Yes.
MCU.
Yes. I'm okay with that world.
Yeah, it's not a terrible world.
Oh man. Speaking of which, so last night I sent you this awesome video
You did?
about Will Smith explaining why he turned down The Matrix.
Yes.
Which it always fascinates me when like you hear these stories about which actors were supposed to be in which movies, but you
Yep.
never hear them talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Like
there's
the
this-
Nick Nolte Han Solo.
Right. And there's this like video of him just telling the story about like why he
Which
turned
is
down,
cool.
why he turned down The Matrix. It's really cool. He even like he says like because the pitch that they gave me about this movie sucked.
Yeah.
And he's like, but you know what? It was a blessing in disguise. He was like, you're welcome, people, because had I been Neo, then Lawrence Fishburne would not have been. Would not have been Morpheus, because I guess you can't have two black people in lead roles there. I don't know why. But they were like looking at Val Kilmer for Morpheus, and I'm just thinking, you know what? Think about that for a second. How would Val Kilmer at that? What was this?
1999.
1999 probably would have been a little. All right, so that's not. But 4 or 5 years after
Tombstone.
Like
Post The Saint.
think about that. Like
Post Batman.
Like
Forever.
get your head around that for a second. Like yeah, I could see that. I just don't see Will Smith as Neo. I just don't get it. But then he actually like explains like why he did like Men in Black, because apparently he turned out Men in Black 2 as well.
Yes.
And fucking Steven Spielberg called him.
Yeah, that part's great.
Like that's
We'll
great. So-
post the video. It's
so yeah,
really,
you should watch
really
it.
good.
It's really funny. But I bring it up because you fucking one-upped me with the next video, and you're like, oh yeah, that's great, but here's a better one. And it was some dude's like reel of him being an extra, and like how all of these TV shows and movies and commercials are on the same cinematic universe. So this one's about this dude. I guess it's his reel of him as an background extra in these TV shows and movies and commercials, and how they're all in the same cinematic universe because of him.
Yeah, it ties it all together. Well, and honestly, the reason that it's funny and the reason that it's fucking cool and hilarious is not just that this exists, but it's how he edits it all together.
Yeah.
Like with the music and like the freeze frame and this, it's like a proof video, but just using his stupid background extra work as this proof that all these TV universes and, movie licenses are all in the same universe because he exists in all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know who he got to do it, but it's great.
He might have done it himself.
Yeah, like he should be an editor more
if
than a
he's not.
background
Yeah,
extra because it's really good work.
I mean, maybe the background extra stuff pays the bills.
Yeah, so he can edit.
So he can edit until he gets an editing gig.
Yeah.
Because that's how that works.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know?
post it. It's
pretty funny.
really, really good shit.
It's pretty funny.
I dig
funny
it.
to see him in the background, like just
doom, doom, doom.
Yeah,
doom,
it's hilarious.
Doom, doom. Yep,
good stuff.
great stuff.
Yep.
So before you got here, like immediately before you got here,
Are you going to talk about something else that I have no input on?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. You want to zone out for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just close your eyes.
Cool.
Close your eyes.
I'm gonna drink my tea.
Drink your lavender tea and suck it up. So I've started watching the first episode of Jordan Peele's new Twilight Zone.
And how is it, Dave?
So far, so fucking good. Like, the dude's got a visual sense of style. The dude can fucking, like, he's got an eye.
Did you hear he said that he doesn't have any interest in working with any, like, lead actors that are white?
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, he was like, listen, I've seen those stories. Like, I've watched those movies. Like, I really have no interest in, like, casting a white male as a lead in my movies. And people were outraged. And you know what I say? Fine. Keep fucking making the movies you're doing because you're doing something right, man.
Right.
Like, put fucking black dudes in your. That's great. I don't care who you casted them. Just keep telling those great stories.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I don't give a shit.
People are all up in arms of that he said it, but like it makes sense. I
Yeah.
was on one of these articles too, and there were a lot of people who felt the same, but they're like, yeah, I've seen me in movies. Let's show some other people. Like,
Yeah.
I really have no problem with this. Like, and he's got a good voice, and I mean, look, and it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, the dude's.
It ain't broke.
The dude's got a fucking sense
He
of
does.
style.
He really does.
He's got his own fucking voice and tone.
Yeah,
and it shifts from, like, you know, from movie to movie. It's not like it's
so
like
hard
one thing
nowadays too,
Yeah.
man. Because like people have been, I mean, like, you know, it's one thing when you're doing it like 50 years ago, and movies were not as old as they are now, and now
Yeah.
movies are old, and people are remaking stuff, and now a lot of original stuff is being made, and to come out with like something so new and fresh and different.
I think that's why it works for him, because he can tell new, fresh, and different stories. Fucking white people run out of stories. We told it all. It's done.
I got no stories.
Right.
Like I fucking got no stories.
We just remake shit.
Truth.
We've had a couple of fucking millennia telling fucking stories, man.
I mean, we're to the point now where we can't even remake our movies. We got to remake movies with women in the lead.
Right.
Which I'm
We've
I wish I'm okay with too.
Right.
Dude, that fucking that movie that's a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Yes.
With Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson.
Dude, I'm so
I'm
stoked.
in.
I'm so stoked about that
in.
movie.
We were in for Ghostbusters too. Like,
yeah,
like,
we were
fucking like, I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Just fucking make funny movies.
Yeah.
These are funny chicks.
That
movie looks fantastic.
It does.
It does.
Really does.
Yeah.
And Dirty Rotten Scoundrels has like a fucking place in my heart. Like that.
I know.
It's got a spot in my heart, and I am totally on board with, like, fucking, yeah, retell that story, man.
Truth.
Like, take it, shuffle it around a bit, like, make it yours, but
Yeah.
own it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just give me a fucking psycho shot for shot fucking bullshit remake of the movie. Take the fucking story and own it. You may fail, and that's fine. I'll call you out on it. I'll tell you I won't like it, but at least take the fucking shot.
Yeah.
No? You got a face.
No, you're right. When you said Psycho remake, I was like, I felt bad because I was excited when that came out.
Sure, because the idea sounded cool.
Yeah, but it just wasn't as good.
No.
And I don't understand now. Like, if somebody, and back then it was like everybody's like, oh, it's so
It's a cool
remake of
idea.
Psycho with Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche, and oh my god, it's gonna be so great. And today, if you were to do that, it would be like, oh man, can't you tell a new fucking story?
Right.
And that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I guess remakes were kind of I guess they weren't as big as they are now.
Well, you didn't like. So I think there's an evolution of knowledge. So
Yeah.
you would do a remake
Mm-hmm.
in the, like, let's just call it 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s,
Sure.
where and there's a sliding scale of just pretty much fucking straight up rip off the story and don't credit anybody to we're going to just remake the same movie and not tell you that it's a remake, and it's not information you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the idea that showrunners existed in television.
Right.
They've always been there. You just didn't used to give a shit about
That's
it.
true. It's very
so,
true.
like, well, no, you have a thought? You have a thought? Your face is being a little scrunchies.
No, I want to go back and do some research because like showrunners are usually like they're the ones who are responsible for the overarching storyline.
Yeah.
But television shows don't always have an overarching storyline.
Right. No,
Like,
I know.
like,
But like, can you name me the Cheers showrunner?
I mean, wasn't it James Burrows?
I don't know.
He directed like every episode.
I don't know. But I don't know if he was the showrunner or not.
I don't think they needed a showrunner back. I mean, I don't know. That's a good
Yeah.
question.
Yeah. You see
Well,
what
I
I
would have
mean?
been an executive producer,
Either way.
which I think he was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
You know what? It's so random that you pulled Cheers out of your ass because if you named any other show ever
MASH.
in the history of anything,
Yeah.
I would have been like, I have no idea. But I know. But for some
You
reason,
had Burroughs.
I know
You had
that
Burroughs
James
right on the-
Burroughs was the director of all of the Cheers episodes.
So the only one that I could name,
I don't know why.
the only exception that I could come up with in my brain within the 30 seconds that I thought about that before I said the words would be Dick Wolf. But only because Dick Wolf has been doing this
Right.
thing since like Homicide: Life on the Street.
Right. But did he stay? Because like Joss Whedon, you could say that Joss Whedon was responsible for, like Buffy and Angel.
Yeah.
And
I would say he would be a showrunner. But that was like 90s.
But
though.
didn't he like step away from Buffy? So at one point, like he wasn't the like always. I don't know. Anyway,
Or you could do what's his name from Star Trek? Fucking Star Trek, Gene Roddenberry. But no,
I
he
am
was
in no
just,
way, shape, or form a Trekkie.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
But he was like more the creator. He wasn't like I don't know. It's a question of the ages. But anyways, the point of that
Mhm.
was like it didn't matter. It was irrelevant data.
True.
Like
Yes.
your normal fucking regular consumer
Right.
didn't give an active shit
Yeah.
about it. But then as you went on, it was like, oh, this is a remake. You would use it in the marketing.
Sure.
It was to
Yep.
call back to a nostalgic point of view
Right.
that existed previously. Like, yes, this is a remake. Don't you remember you liking that? Well, this is newer and shinier and
Sure.
has
Yep.
bad CGI in it.
You're right.
And now it's to the point where that worm has turned completely.
And now you're like, it's newer, it's different, it's got slightly better CGI.
Yeah. It's different, like, and now you're trying to like cater to a different audience. It's like the same movie that but with a different perspective and viewpoint because it's all ladies, or it is the young version of it, or it's the old,
You know what I like about what I loved about the trailer the first trailer I saw for I don't even know what the name of this movie is with Anne Hathaway and
I don't remember the
Rebel
name
Wilson.
of it. Yeah,
I'm gonna look it up right
All
now.
right.
I'm gonna put my producer hat on and vamp while I look this up.
I like it.
But what I loved about it is I was watching it. I was like, man, this actually looks like a pretty funny movie. Ha 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 ha. Didn't have it in my
didn't
head
click
at
for
all.
you.
Didn't click at all until like there was a line that came up like what does it say? Something about them. You don't have to be dirty rotten to whatever.
Yo,
And I was
at
like,
the
oh
end.
my god! Like it's like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and but they're not trying to be Dirty Rotten Scoundrels,
Yeah.
but it is. I was like,
See, I checked out on the train part of that trailer when they were on the train together.
mhm,
That's when I was like, oh, they're doing Dirty Rotten.
right.
They're doing Dirty Rotten. They're doing like a derivative of Dirty Rotten. I'm totally on fucking board for this.
Yeah, but you can't say derivative because that's negative connotation.
Well, whatever. They're. You're right. It's not a derivative, but they're like
The Hustle.
Hustle. Yes.
The Hustle, and it comes out to theaters May 10th.
All right.
Ooh, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, like that kind of dropped off though. Like I haven't seen a lot of push for it, but maybe they're waiting till all the Marvel shit dies down before they try and cut through that din.
Yeah, I really think. I mean, May 10th. That's I bet you they benefit from Avengers moving up.
Yeah. Oh, they did definitely.
Yeah.
I think once fucking Captain Marvel dies down, you'll probably see some more advertising for it. Like they'll go up against Endgame.
I think
but
Endgame is it. I mean, you got Shazam coming out this week too.
I know. That movie's gonna get swallowed fucking whole.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I'm gonna go see it.
No. I meant the
The
Hustle.
Hustle?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I really hope that movie does well because I mean I want to reward. Well, I mean let's we can't crown it just based off the trailer. Although if we could,
I mean, it's a good trailer.
But let's wait to see the movie. But I really I hope it's a good movie. I hope it succeeds, and I hope we see more things like that.
I agree.
I'm okay with it being the same kind of idea as long as it's executed differently.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about taking the same story and putting two either a different sex or ethnicity in it.
Right, like tell a good story.
Right.
Like tweak the story, tell a good story, like make it work. That's what I heard that the Stephen King's Pet Sematary tweaks the story.
Yeah.
Reasonably.
Yeah.
So, but not in a terrible. Like people are like, oh my, yeah, it's like it's some good change. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's
even Stephen King is like, yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff.
I'm curious to see. Yeah, you want to talk about a fucking movie that's been like clearly fucking remade? My God.
Pet Sematary.
Yeah. And it's not because the first one was bad.
Right. Or the first one was a TV miniseries.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was,
It's just a new movie, and I'm like, it didn't bother me in the slightest. Like I love the first Pet Sematary.
I think that there should be like a time limit. I think if
you need a time minimum
like
yeah,
a movie that just came out 10 years ago, I don't need remade. Movie that came out 20 years ago, movie that came out 20 years ago, I don't necessarily need remade. Some Like It Hot.
You could see that.
That'd be interesting.
All right.
All right. I would be interested if they didn't make two different television series, one recently, or TV movies, like an Odd Couple movie. I'd love to see that.
Oh yeah, they did make that television series.
I mean, think of like all the classics.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not like a Casablanca or Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
But like maybe a classic that was good, but not as like universal, like Wizard of Oz. Do we need to remake Wizard of Oz?
No.
Of course they have, or they tried to do like a twist of it.
A bunch of times.
You're right.
They just did that fucking universe show, that Wizard of Oz universe show. Didn't you see that?
Mm-mm.
It had Vincent D'Onofrio in it. It was on for they shot like a season of it, and it was evidently terrible. It was like, if you've ever been curious what Vincent D'Onofrio looks like when he's phoning it in a wig that clearly nobody gave a half fuck about, that's the show for you. It did not do very well at all, but it was it was a show about Oz, like the internal machinations and politics of Oz. Game of Thrones, but for Oz.
Oh, Emerald City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I briefly remember that.
Yeah. Like they're remaking The fucking Craft.
Yeah.
But that's like one of those and then you get into the whole reboot remake as well, where they're rebooting it, but it's I'm sorry, reboot sequel.
Yeah,
they're rebooting it, but it's also a sequel, and which is where the time minimum helps, because you can bring in the old characters to help kick off the new characters. Like you could tell basically the same the Star Wars thing. You can tell basically the fucking same story again, just with new people and the old people, just go have fun.
You know what movie I would love to see?
We'll slowly die through all these movies.
You know what movie I would love to see remade today? It's a Mad World.
You think so?
I think I added an extra mad in there. But,
hey, but you're right. Yeah. See, I would like to see what were the fucking the Burt Reynolds race movies? Cannonball Run.
I'd
love to see a
Cannonball Run. Would be awesome.
Like a fun, especially with the Fast and the Furious mentality that goes around now.
I think they try to do that with Rat Race. Remember when Rat Race came out?
Oh yeah.
Think of the time that it came out and the people that were in it were oh yeah, John Cleese, Cuba Gooding Jr., Whoopi Goldberg, Seth Green, Rowan Atkins, all these people that are really funny, because that movie came out 2000?
Yeah. That was at a weird time in movies.
But it was
it was exactly what it was.
Funny as shit.
Oh, was it good?
We saw it together.
I did not see that movie.
You saw Rat Race.
I didn't see Rat Race.
Dude.
I didn't see Rat Race. That must have been another doughy friend of yours.
No.
I've never seen Rat Race.
Oh, it could have been. Oh, yeah, it could be the other extra doughy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't me.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably was Rick.
Yeah. That wasn't me. That was not me.
I hope he listens to the show and I get a random text from him.
Motherfucker.
I never hear from him. Sometimes on the day after my birthday he'll send me a text, which he always does.
Yeah.
To everybody. but I hope he's listening this week. He texts me, he's like, "Yeah, that was me.
That was me.
That's
That
all.
was me.
That's all.
It
I
was
get."
a birth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that one. But like, I mean,
I thought you did.
no, but can you imagine like a fucking Cannonball Run, but playing up kind of like the people in their tropes, which is what I liked about like Mad World or something like that. Like, but like Vin Diesel doing like the fucking Fast and the Furious trope, like everybody in their own respective kind of like, Hanna-Barbera cartoon tropes, like competing each other to go back and forth, zany. Like, get people out of their fucking wheelhouses, get some serious actors doing comedy, shit like that. I think would be cool.
You bring up something, and I want to touch on it real quick before I forget. What do you think of the new voice casting for the Scooby-Doo movie?
I did see that this existed. They're going to call it Scoob, right?
No.
Was this the one they called Scoob? Is with Frank Welker doing Scooby-Doo?
I mean, he's always done it.
Well, I'm just saying, but they got him to do it again?
Yes, he's going to do it, but they're doing a new animated movie.
Yeah. I think it's called Scoob.
I think it's called. I don't know what it's called. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't heard what it's going to be called. But they did it's going to be an animated movie. It's going to be an animated feature film released to theaters.
Oh, I didn't know it was going to go to theaters.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
That's the thing about it. Like, here we go. So they're recasting it completely.
Right.
It's gonna be animated, and it's gonna be kind of like a Hanna-Barbera universe film.
Oh, really?
Because they've got.
Yep. It's called Scoob.
Oh shit! Look at that.
Question my fucking thing, mother.
Well, son of a bitch. All right, so the cast.
Why don't you go lick my balls?
The cast they've got right now. So Will Forte is gonna play Shaggy.
I could see that.
Zac Efron is doing Fred.
I could totally see that.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's great casting, actually.
Amanda Seyfried.
Oh,
from
yes,
Mamma Mia.
yeah.
She's playing Daphne.
Okay, could see that.
Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin.
Yep.
Is playing Velma.
Could see that.
Your homegirl. And Tracy Morgan has been cast.
As Scrappy?
Nope. This is where the Hanna-Barbera universe comes in.
Oh, is he Captain Caveman?
He is Captain Caveman. And I guess the villain is going to be Dick Dastardly.
Oh, yes.
So it's like a Scooby-Doo movie, but it's a Hanna-Barbera thing.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you what, man. Like, I know that we've had the Flintstones and the Jetsons movie, and we had the Universal Studios 90s, 80s.
We did.
Yeah.
The
Hanna-Barbera ride, which was fan-fucking-tastic.
Agreed.
But I would love to see, like, a whole Hanna-Barbera universe just come together. Even when we bring back like the Wacky Racers.
Well, they did that with the comics, like kind of like quasi gritty reboot in Hanna-Barbera. They made Hanna-Barbera comics.
Yeah, but did they cross over?
Yeah.
Did they?
A little bit, yeah.
Are you sure?
I think it was a little bit
because like the Flintstones were still set in the fucking
Stone Age. Yeah.
They didn't cross over to Scooby-Doo.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
Jetsons, that's one of the ones I wish they would have done in the comic book. Although those comics sucked. I didn't really care for them.
Really? You didn't like them?
I did read a couple of them. They were the Wacky Racers was kind of cool. It was like the Wacky Racers meets
like Mad Max,
Death Race or Mad Max.
Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Which is a cool concept. It just didn't work out.
I like the Flintstones comic.
I wasn't thinking of Wacky Racers. I was thinking of the Hanna-Barbera All-Star Laugh Olympics.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Where you had Scooby-Doo and Dynamite on the same team.
Yeah.
Like Jabberjaw.
It's the fucking Mario Party.
It is. It's Mario Party before Mario Party.
Yeah. Or Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z competition.
I have absolutely no knowledge on anything having to do with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, dude, Dragon Ball Z is great.
Dude, I've told you a million times. I've tried anime. It just does not work for me.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is not anime. Dragon Ball Z is like anime for you. It's not like anime. It's not like you're watching
Thank
Tenchi.
God we are out of time. And
it's not like you're watching Tenchi Muyo.
We do not have to go down
or
that
Ibachu, the housekeeping hamster.
All right, we're going to leave it here before Dave goes on a tangent. And you know what? You guys are going to listen to this anyway, so we're just going to cut it short. We'll see you guys next time.
Later. Watch Crunchyroll.